Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? A gracious good morning to you, good people. It's your girl KB. You know what I do, and you know why I do it. It is Thursday morning, December 28th, and it is 3:39 in the a.m. And I am reading just for today, and it's falling right in line with what I've been talking about this morning, just in talking about the new year. You know, in one of my recordings, I talked about how I came into 2023, and it wasn't pretty. You know, and I've taken ownership of, like I said, craptacular behavior. And just how the enemy was busy at the end of 2022 for me. I don't know about you. And so I took all that and some extra residue into 2023. Amen. And I had to deal with me. And I had to, I want to say, lay before God for a very long time, you know, in order to get where I am. And, you know, I have by no means arrived, but I know I am much better than I was. Amen. How about that? You know, this thing comes in phases. And I can tell you I've been through the refining fire. So I'm good. So this talks about depression, which I mentioned. Amen. Again, it's just for today. And the title is Depression. The quote is, "We are no longer fighting fear, anger, guilt, self-pity, or depression." Now, these past 2 weeks have been defining guilt and shame. And here it is once again. Guilt, feeling bad for something that you did. Shame, the vehicle of the enemy, and that's the prison that he keeps you locked in. And shame is believing that you are the bad that you do. Amen. And people, being peoply, will deliver that message. You know, the people are the proxy for the enemy. I'm going to put that out there like that. You know, we talk about angels unaware. Yeah, sometimes those spirits aren't serving God, and they're seeking to pull you in and keep you in. Again, we are no longer fighting fear, anger, guilt, self-pity, or depression. The writing says, as addicts, now let's say as people in need of healing, many of us experience depression from time to time. When we feel depressed, we may be tempted to isolate ourselves. Yeah. See? And then we have cute words. Introvert. Homebody. And what's really happening is, you know, you're being pulled into, and depression is often defined as darkness. So that's what's happening. You know, it's none of those cutesy terms. However, if we do this, our depression may turn into despair. And we don't identify despair. Again, we have these cutesy terms, introvert, homebody. And even depression is cutesy to a certain extent. When it gets to despair, that's when we, in our minds, in our thinking, in our warped sense of logic, decide we're going to do something to get out of our shells. And then we usually take the action that the enemy is prompting on a subconscious level. The writer says we can't afford to let depression lead us back into using, or in this case, sin. So instead, we try to go about the routine of our lives. We make meeting attendance and contact with our sponsor top priority? Do we? Do we make contact our top priority? Because again, we have these QC terms, homebody and introvert. So, in order to break this bond, we need to take action. Which action are we taking? Are we acting in the despair, or are we acting in our healing? We need to ask those questions. We need to analyze this process. So sharing with others about our feelings may let us know that we aren't the only ones who have been depressed in our healing. You know, now, if you are in the faith community, you go to Bible study, you go to church, you hear people speaking out of their experience. You'll hear people longing for healing and asking for direction, asking for insight, asking for wisdom. And it's a shared experience. You know, this is our Lazarus come forth moments where we come from the grave and there are people available to us to help us remove the shroud or the cloud of our thinking, of our despair. So, it says working with a newcomer can work wonders in our own state of mind. And most importantly, prayer and meditation can help us tap into the power that we need to survive depression. What does working with a newcomer mean? Because we're the newcomer. Amen. We need to recognize where we are on this timeline and the spectrum of things. We're the newcomer. And it's a corporate process. And many of us don't take time to heal. Many of us do it in isolation. The same place where we got sick is the same place that we're seeking our healing, you know, in our thinking. And then we declare ourselves healed and we're more wounded than ever because we've had a longer isolation period. And then we go out and we infect. Amen. The writer says, we practice acceptance and remembrance of that feeling, like depression, will unquestionably pass in time. If you practice acceptance, it's here, and then explore why it's there, and then explore what I need to do about it, it will pass in time. If we practice accountability, yes, I'm taking ownership of this. This is one of the reasons why I'm depressed. This is one of the reasons why I am unhealed. Because I see that I keep declaring myself healed. And I go out and I'm exposed. My open wound is exposed. So now I'm infected and I'm infecting others. Stop wrestling with your feelings. Accept them. Know that they come and go. And have the strength to walk through them. Have the strength and the wisdom, the discernment to seek help. Not a one-time help. You know, it's like, okay, we went to the doctor. Cool. We got a prescription. Cool. The prescription that does not work if you don't take it as directed. Amen. And if I don't take it as directed, it sometimes exacerbates the situation. So I'm going to go back to this question. Man at the pool of Bethesda, do you want to be healed? And then there's a required action. Are you willing to take the action?